gradually news stopped. Actually, there is no new news that I can really think of. It's the same old story, pretty much. You know, we've had past elections. You might remember the one 4 years ago, if you were cohesive then, where we had this guy named John Kerry and this guy named George Bush duked it out, but they were both from the same, you know, fraternity, Skull and Bones guys there. And you kind of figure, you know, they're tied in with the Bilderberg group. The Bilderberg group, you know, is so affluent. These people are meeting. If you check out the Alex Jones in-game video, it's really great. They're showing photographic evidence of, you know, the governor of New York shaking hands with Mr. Rockefeller out in front of this big meeting in Canada they had, which, you know, the guys come in dark limos and you can't see who's in there. Supposedly Hillary Clinton's been there for 20 years. Now, this latest, I mean, that past election, John Kerry clearly threw the election. I mean, I don't know how you felt about it, but I don't think anybody could possibly throw away a lead the way John Kerry did to George Bush in the last election, unless they did it deliberately. And these guys, you know, all being in the same secretive organization, why would it surprise anyone if they were doing this stuff on purpose, you know? It's, human beings conspire. I mean, you know, life is made of conspiracies, you know, to one degree or another. Very few people really, you know, just take an integrable direction and just follow it. They get together with other people, they plan things to, you know, work a little bit of stuff that other people can't see and hopefully come out ahead. They plan their little plot out, and that's the way it works. But anyway, so in this current election, we're seeing not too different of a scenario. And, you know, Ron Paul, of course, they walked out on him. He was too popular in Nevada, so they just left. And, of course, the media didn't even report on it. You know, come on, folks. We've been had here. The media does not have our best interest in mind, and as long as we let them dictate the direction, we're going to be led right into the scenario that these people want to now harvest us into. And it's a globalist agenda. They want to undermine the sovereignty of the United States and lead us into a global thing. And I believe that the events of Revelation will take place. I don't believe there's any way you can prevent it, but I just want to encourage people not to put their hope in any particular man or men, because you're going to be deceived and you're going to be let down. You need to put your trust in Jesus Christ. And if you don't do that today, you're going to be lost. It's really snowballing quickly, and the things that are of Revelation are going to be brought to play here. Now, we have currently, you know, John McCain, he's talking about bailing out bad loans. You know, I got some beachfront property. You don't want to buy that, government? I mean, the government doesn't have any money. They're taking, you know, and, you know, just running us into debt. And, you know, the Bible says something really applicable in 2 Corinthians 9. It says, "The gift is acceptable according to what one has, not according to what one does not have." And, you know, socialism should have never been in our government anyway. People should deal at a community level and discern needs. And if somebody's a leech, they should identify that problem and say, you know, have at it, fella. You know, if you don't want to work, you don't eat. But the government just says, here's a form, bring it back to me. Not good. That's why we're going bankrupt. And of course, socialism is a tool of these people. They sell these ideas, they get rich off it, and they make people think they're such nice people. No, they're not. They're divisive. They're using this to destroy America. They're using it to make it so we're in debt. And, you know, China's buying up our land, and eventually we're going to be out to lunch here. But, you know, the reality will hit. Now, socialism can't support itself. Once the government takes that into their hands, it becomes a conundrum of inefficiency, and it will destroy a country. It's just a tool to destroy a country, and those who are in the know on that do that, and they look good doing it, and people love Joseph Stalin, you know. Good grief, he killed 30 million people, and a lot of people still worship him. Okay, anyway, we've got, on the other hand, Barack Obama, who shouldn't even be in the election, He is, forget all the smoke screening. The guy went to, what was it, Indonesia, when he was a kid. They didn't allow dual citizenship there, so therefore he lost his citizenship there. And if he lost his citizenship, he's at best a naturalized citizen by our definition. The reason those laws were employed is to keep people from being too influenced by another culture, and that culture even possibly grooming them into a tool to work into our political system for their interest. And that's what's happening. It's a globalist system, and many different influences are undermining the United States' sovereignty. Okay, so you've got, Barack taking his idealist, we're going to spread the wealth around, and he's, of course, all the leeches are right in there wanting to vote for him. And he's saying a lot of other things that, make people think there's going to be real change, which he's got a religious following at this point. Now, of course, he's not going to win probably because you see what's happening. It's the same thing that happened in the last election. Mr. McCain is on the Friends of Bilderberg's, crew there. He's affiliated with the Bilderbergs, and they are the globalists who are trying to, run this thing into the ground. And so he's going to serve their purposes, no doubt, and he's the one they want in there. I am quite sure Sarah Palin was added to legitimize the party, and when they're done with her, they'll throw her away. If she's what she appears to be, I believe she's a real Christian. And I pray for her that she does not, get duped, and that she takes a hardline stand when the rubber hits the road, that she trusts the Lord, and He will deliver her, and into what He wants to happen in this scenario. But we've got two apparent parties represented here, but they're really the same thing. It's just one big organized effort to make us think we're in a battle, and that the conservatives are going to say, oh, we've got to vote for the lesser of evils, and they get the lesser of evil guy again. Or, worst case, Bill Clinton won, and I don't know what was going on with that one. It looked like, he was the worst of evils to me, but I don't think it mattered because they're all skull and bones guys is the point. Obama's origins we're not sure about. He may be part of the other branch of Freemasonry for all we know. Or who knows. He's an idealist-ish presentation, but he doesn't believe what he's saying. He's just making up a bunch of stuff to have public appeal like all the rest of them. He claims to be a Christian, but then he claims, that he's pro, tear a baby to shreds when it's almost out of the womb, or even had affiliation with people who are for killing babies after they're out of the womb. Anyway, we're in a sad state of affairs that there just isn't outrage that he's even in the race, because he's a naturalized, at best, a naturalized citizen, and the reason that is illegal is the same reason it's illegal to meet with foreign officials in secret, which the Bilderbergs are doing, and nobody's outraged about that. Look at the governor of New York right there shaking hands with Mr. Rockefeller out there in front, and nobody's making a deal about it, hardly. We need to start taking a stand, writing congressmen, writing representatives, telling them, this stuff can't go on. We've got to call it what it is and be done with it. Time to Lord Bugle. Meanwhile, I'm trying to bring back the 70s here. If you want to vote for me, just write in Bob Weigel, and I'm probably going to write in, Ron Paul. Well, we actually have him on the ballot here, but I'm going to try to bail out ARP. It's a little late, you might think, but I'm going to write Alan Perlman and tell him that we'd like to bail him out and bail out sequential circuits and 2 cents in every garage if I get elected. Anyway. I feel so good. I really do. Anyway, God bless.